Hey Owen, how are you today? Ready for physics class?
Hi Scout. I'm alright. I'm so excited for physics class. I think we're learning about climate change today.
Really? That's so exciting. Let's go to class.
Hello class. Are you ready to learn about climate change? The Earth's climate is changing. In most places, average temperatures are rising. Scientists have observed a warming trend, beginning around the late 1800s. The most rapid warming has occurred in recent decades. Most of this recent warming is very likely the result of human activities. Although global warming and climate change are often used to mean the same thing, they are actually two different phenomena.
So Mr. Herman, what is the difference between climate change and global warming?
Global warming is the rise in global mean temperature due to an increase of heat-trapping greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane in the atmosphere. Climate change, however, is a more general term that refers to changes in many climatic factors such as temperature and precipitation. These changes are happening in response to global warming and other factors at different rates and in different ways. For example, the United States has become wetter over the 20th century.
I heard about something called the greenhouse effect. What is that?
The Earth's greenhouse effect is a natural occurrence that helps regulate the temperature of our planet. When the sun heats the Earth, some of this heat escapes back to space. The rest of the heat, also known as infrared radiation, is trapped in the atmosphere by clouds and greenhouse gases, such as water vapor and carbon dioxide. If all of these greenhouse gases were to suddenly disappear, our planet would be 60 degrees Fahrenheit colder and would not support life as we know it. Human activities have enhanced the natural greenhouse effect by adding greenhouse gases to the atmosphere, very likely causing the Earth's average temperature to rise. These additional greenhouse gases come from burning fossil fuels such as coal, natural gas, and oil to power our cars, factories, power plants, homes, offices, and schools. Cutting down trees, generating waste, and farming also produce greenhouse gases. Does anyone know what causes climate change?
Natural factors, like changes in the sun's energy or slow changes in the Earth's orbit around the sun. Changes in the sun's energy or Earth's orbit around the sun can change the amount of sunlight and therefore heat that reaches the Earth.
Natural processes within the climate system like changes in ocean circulation.
Human activities that change the atmosphere's makeup and the land surface.
Very good. I'm going to explain the last cause. Through human activities, carbon dioxide CO2 is added to the atmosphere. A minor but very important component of the atmosphere, carbon dioxide is released through natural processes such as respiration and volcano eruptions and through human activities such as deforestation, land use changes, and burning fossil fuels. Humans have increased atmospheric CO2 concentration by a third since the Industrial Revolution began. Now, does anyone know some effects of climate change?
Changing weather patterns affect both the amount and quality of water resources available for drinking, irrigation, fish farming, power generation, shipping, recreation, and other uses. Rising temperatures are already decreasing the size of snowpack in the western United States. Over time, this reduced snowpack could affect seasonal water supplies, are already scarce, such as the U.S. Southwest. In addition, floods and severe storms, which will become more frequent because of climate change, can compromise the quality of water.
I know another possible effect. A changing climate will affect farming, ranching, and fishing. Higher temperatures will mean a longer growing season in cooler regions. This could allow farmers to diversify crops or have multiple harvests from the same plot. In warmer regions, however, temperatures might become too high for certain crops to grow.
Very good. Also, climate change is likely to affect the amount of energy used to heat buildings in the winter, as well as the amount of energy used to cool them in the summer. As average temperatures rise, some areas will require more energy to cool buildings but less energy to heat them. increased demand for air conditioning could stress the capacity of power plants, transmission grids, and distribution systems, causing brownouts or power outages during heat waves.
Well, Mr. Herman, what can we do to help?
To help reduce climate change, we can replace our standard bulbs with energy-efficient light bulbs, such as compact fluorescent light bulbs.
In a CFL, an electric current is driven through a tube containing argon and a small amount of mercury vapor. This generates invisible ultraviolet light that excites a fluorescent coating called phosphor on the inside of the tube, which then emits visible light. CFLs need a little more energy when they are first turned on, but once the electricity starts moving, they use about 75% less energy than incandescent bulbs.
Oh yeah, I read an interesting article about CFL bulbs. It said energy-saving light bulbs use up to 80% less electricity than standard bulbs but are capable of producing the same amount of light. Using less energy to power your lights means that our homes produce less carbon dioxide emissions, which are harmful to our environment and are one of the main causes of climate change. With energy-efficient bulbs using less electricity, there is less demand on our power stations, so less CO2 is produced.
That's right. The longer life of low-energy light bulbs also reduces space needed in landfill and cuts down production costs, benefiting the environment.
Wow, Mr. Herman. We learned so much about climate change today.
Thanks for a great class period. You're the best teacher ever.
See you tomorrow.